Okay, so how do I make my famous squashanga? I varied it up this week. I'm using butternut squash, kabocha squash, and acorn squash that I roasted in the oven on 350 degrees for about an hour. Now, I used to use tomato sauce, but I'm trying something a little different, so I hope you like it. I'm going to put at the very bottom and only at the top salsa. So half of the jar is going to go at the bottom. And it's just going on a lined tinfoil lasagna pan. And this is going to give it just a little extra flavor, right? That's all we want. We want to enjoy our food and we want it to be tasty and wholesome too, right? That's my goal anyways. Okay, so I think I'm just going to put just a smidge more. Now, for my vegan part of the tofu, I am going to take in the food processor 2 bricks of medium firm tofu. And I'm going to just break them up and throw it in there. I only drained just the water from it. I did not thoroughly drain it. So I'm going to put that in there and then I'm going to crumble it right in there. So this is in place of ricotta. So if you're wanting to have something that's vegan, something that's gluten-free, squash is my lasagna noodles. Tofu is my ricotta. So I am now going to take a tablespoon of ginger. I am going to take a tablespoon of something, it's called everything but the bagel spice. And it has lots of great flavors in it. Poppy seed, garlic, salt, pepper. I am going to take a tablespoon of cumin and put that right in there. And then I completely don't know what the name of this is, but it has kick in it and it has cayenne, and I'll tell you the ingredients. Hang on. So what's in this one, and it's really spicy: cayenne, garlic, ginger, fennel, cardamom, cumin, black pepper, allspice, turmeric, cloves. Has a lot of already what I put in there, but just the intensities are a little different. And I like to throw flavors together because I think it makes food fun. So I'm going to put that in there. And then the next one that I want to put in there, which is in a lot of Indian cooking, is, 1 teaspoon of ground cloves. Now I am just going to put the top on and I'm going to pulse it until it becomes, not pulse it, I'm going to actually process it until it becomes smooth. I don't think my top is on well. Oop, that's why. It's backwards. Oh my goodness. Okay. So that's going to pulse together. So what I like to put in the middle of my lasagna, my squashanga, is spinach. I like to get as many vegetables as I can into one meal. So right now, this looks amazing, okay? I'm going to move the teaspoons. I need this. And I'm going to show you the consistency. I'm going to move this all together. All right, so here's the consistency of the ricotta, which is not ricotta, it is tofu. So it looks like your ricotta, right? Nice and thick. Okay, so because squash does not have that solid base the way lasagna noodles do, you have to actually put this on holding it. It's okay. I try to find the flat pieces, so I'll put those at the bottom of the dish. This is probably going to be about 2, maybe 3 layers high. And I'm only just going to alternate just the way you would do a lasagna. It's going to cut like a lasagna. Once all these odd shaped pieces are put together, you're never ever going to see them. You're just not. So again, I have butternut squash, I have kabocha squash, and I have acorn squash. And they're all just going to fit in here. You're going to make it look like a cute little puzzle piece. And we're just going to smooth all the layers. And you are going to never know. Now again, you can alter your spices. You know, so I always did Italian spice. I did everything Italian spices, and I was like, oh, you know what? Last week I tried this and I was head over heels with the flavors. So this week I just changed up the spices one more time and thought, what can I do that's a little bit different? So now I'm going to put some spinach in the middle. I like spinach. You can put Swiss chard. You can put anything you want in the middle. So spinach is taking the place of what typical people would do as far as meat goes. I am a vegan, so I don't eat meat. And now here goes layer number 2. I'm trying to find the flattest pieces. It just makes preparing the lasagna that much easier, right? I'm going to try and speed this along. I should have prepped my flat pieces first, but I wasn't that organized. That's what happens in my world. I get so wrapped up in just getting it all roasted that I forget. So I want to give you a little tip on the roasting. You don't have to roast them all the way. You can try to roast them partially. I just like the flavor with them being roasted all the way. But it does cook in the oven, so you don't have to stress about it's going to take so much longer. You could partially cook it. You could do whatever you like. It's your food. Experiment with it. Have a good time. Food should be fun, right? So I'm going to put these last layers on here, which I'm not even going to kid you. Like, I've been getting 10 meals out of this. The very top layer is going to be all the broken pieces. You're never going to notice a thing about them being broken because you're going to have the salsa right on the top. And every little piece in here has its own story. Right? Acorn squash, butternut squash, you name it. I'm just putting it all on. It looks a little funny right now, right? I'm sure there's an easier way. And if you have found an easier way to replicate my recipe, I would love to know what you did. I challenge that. I think it's so much fun to take somebody's recipe and change it around. You know, some people have already told me that they added some meat to it. Again, it's not my thing, it's theirs, right? They could do whatever they want. Because once you adapt a recipe, it's yours. All right, so here goes my meat, if you will, spinach, which some fell inside here. And I'm going to spread that around, which I absolutely love spinach. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, you could even crumble up some mushrooms. And there goes the phone. Hang on.
Call from Jill Shanto.
It's the story of my life, guys. So now I'm going to take the leftover tofu And I'm just going to kind of do the best I can to spread it over the top. It's not easy because you can't really spread over spinach, but you could do your best. There's enough in here where I could just plop it. And again, it's so simple and so healthy and so nutritious for your body. You get all your protein. You get lots and lots of vegetables. And really, that's all there is vegetables, right? I'm having a hard time getting the rest. Okay. Let's see if I could dig up the rest of this. And I'm just going to spread it as best as I can. Not so bad, right? Okay. Now I'm going to take the other pieces of squash. Now these are reasons why I love kabocha squash, but the hole in the middle makes it a little complicated to put the tofu on. So I'm just going to put puzzle pieces together, right? It's just going to kind of be fun. You're never going to know. Nobody's going to see this mess except for you. Because once that salsa's on the top, we're good. Acorn squash in the middle. I could break this up, fit that in there. Because I want every single bite to be delicious. And listen, when you cook your family good food, their bodies are going to thank you for it. They're going to flourish themselves because we are going to mirror what we put in our bodies. So if you're going to put in junk food, your body's going to feel like you're putting junk food in. Okay, so we're just going to put the salsa all over the top. Again, more vegetables. In the summertime, I'll make my own salsa. So it'll just be a little different, but it'll be fresh as opposed to not. Okay, so this is only going to be in the oven for about 40 minutes. Again, mostly everything is already cooked, but you're going to, at this point, make sure that it sticks together like a lasagna would. Okay, that's it. It's going in the oven. So, from my kitchen to yours, here is squash Anya. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. I love you all. Make your heart happy today and always.